Good morning, my dear students, and welcome back to class on English language. I hope you are understanding the topic how to transform an affirmative into negative. Today we are coming to the last part of it. We are going to learn the last 3 rules regarding the transformation of affirmative into negative. I hope you are clear with it so far. So let's go on with the class. Transformation of affirmative into negative sentence. Now come to rule number 13. When there is a word called or in the affirmative sentence, we'll have to use 2 things. One is no plus opposite of verb, adjective or noun. So these are the 2 things you need to keep in mind when you are converting an affirmative sentence that begins with the word called or. You'll have to use the word called no and opposite of the verb or adjective or noun. Let's go through the example. All men are mortal. So this is an affirmative sentence that begins with the word called all. So what happens, you'll have to use the word called no plus the opposite of the verb, adjective or noun. No man is immortal. Give one more example. All must submit to destiny. No one can escape destiny. So when the affirmative sentence begins with the word called or, you'll have to use the word called no, then the opposite of the verb, adjective or noun. Now moving on to rule number 14. When there is a word called forever in the affirmative sentence, we'll have to use never and opposite word of the verb in the negative sentence. Rule number 14. When there is a word called forever in the affirmative sentence, we'll have to use never and opposite word of the verb in the negative sentence. Let's go through the examples. I have sold the house forever. And you can know how to convert into negative. I will never buy the house. Second, he has left the village forever. He will never come to the village again. So the words called never and the opposite of the verb, opposite word of the verb. I have sold the house forever. See the word called forever in the affirmative sentence. See never and the opposite word of the verb. I will never buy the house. He has left the village forever. See the word called forever in the affirmative sentence. See the words like never and the opposite word of the verb. Now come to rule number 15. When there is a word called much in the affirmative sentence, we'll have to use the word called not, a, little in the negative sentence. When there is a word called much in the affirmative sentence, we'll have to use not, a, little in the negative sentence. For example, he wants much water. He doesn't want a little water. Not a little. He has sold much honey. He has not sold a little honey. Not and a little. So these are the 15 rules that I have taught you related to the topic transformation of affirmative into negative sentence. So go through the 15 rules. From next class onwards, I will give some exercises so that it will be easy for you to understand it better. I hope you are clear with it. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.